Think of a player you'd classify as him, the one everyone at school talks about, the guy who dominates on the court and makes everything look easy. What makes them so good at basketball? Is it their crazy shooting range, their handles, or maybe their mentality? Well, whatever you're thinking right now, it's probably wrong. And that's okay, because most people don't know what truly makes a great basketball player. And that's why in this video, we're breaking down the 5 things you need to master in order to become him in high school basketball. To be him, you need to score more points, and what you need to do to score more is simplify the game. Instead of busting out 20 dribble moves to create an advantage, learn to read and react to your defender, and make a move based on what your defender does.
Is the offensive player has an advantage over the defensive player, mainly because of what? The offensive player knows where he wants to go. The defense is basically trying to guess and limit his options. What you should always notice is what the defense and how the defense is playing you.
A great move you can use to get a read on your defender is a lateral glide. This move is basically just gliding out to the side to see how your defender reacts. There's 3 ways you can score off of this. Firstly, if the defender stands still and doesn't react, you will have a clear lane to drive, and you must take advantage of that. Accelerate quickly and attack the gap in front of you. Embrace the contact, be physical, and don't be shy on your drives. Remember, kids, basketball is a contact sport at the end of the day. If the defender moves with you but sits back anticipating the drive, you gotta pull that shot in his face. Make him regret stepping back, so when you do the same thing, you can hit a hissy to freeze him and open up another driving lane. Reading and reacting doesn't stop there. You can also set up defenders by hitting them with various types of fakes to see if they will bite. If they don't bite on the fake, you make the move real. And if they do bite, you gotta capitalize off the advantage you just created and drive the opposite way. However, defenders sometimes don't expect you to do anything, so they simply just watch, or what we call it, fall asleep. In those situations, you should just explode or shoot it without faking anything. It's always best to make your defender fall asleep on the play, because these are the easiest opportunities to score and for you to rock your defenders to sleep. You need to stand up tall and walk so they think you're scanning the floor, and then when it's not expected, shoot or drop your shoulders and explode. A great move to do when a defender is sleeping is the delayed tween. Do a tween while standing tall, then get low and explode once the ball touches your hand. Before, we talked about making the game more simple to score more points, and to make the game as simple as it can be, you have to look at the court as spots. The greatest scorers read the floor for a short period and find open space. Once they find open space, they find out what's the easiest way to get there for their shot. That should be your mindset in game. Where are the open spots or driving lanes, and how can I get there? And if there are no open spots, that's when you do a move to read and react and create an opening. Once you start scoring, a lot more coaches will notice you're him, and they will send their players to double team you. So we gotta teach you what to do and how to get buckets in double team situations. In a double team, the stupidest and most idiotic thing you can do is go to the corner or edge of the court. When you do this, you give yourself a third defender, and that's the out of bounds line. Instead of getting trapped at the edge of the court, get to the middle so you have more space to operate. Once you get this space to operate, pass the ball. But if you're trying to be a ball hog and score, analyze the defense for a quick second, and if one of the defenders isn't trying to lead you into the trap, attack them in a mini 1 versus 1. When double teaming, the players on D are meant to push the offensive player into the other defender to create a trap, but many times defenders don't realize this, so take advantage of their lack of defensive IQ. Also, if you're panicking in a double team, you can use a retreat dribble or run away to buy yourself more time to scan the floor, and with this little extra time, please just make the pass. Remember, kids, basketball is a game of rhythms, tendencies, and timing. After seeing you for a few possessions, your opponents will pick up on when you make your moves and how often you do some moves. And to be him, you need to break your rhythms and tendencies as much as possible. Mastering the change of pace and one-step finishing makes an unpredictable player, and unpredictability makes scoring easier. One thing that high-level ball handlers do is change pace. They are able to score at even 50% of their speed because they go from slow to fast or fast to slow, so the defender can't pick up on any ball handling tendencies. A good tip I've heard is to go slow when the defenders are moving fast and go fast when your defenders are moving slow. Of course, there are going to be instances where this does not work, but more often than not, you want to be moving at a different speed than your defender so they won't be able to read you easily. Being able to float and cuff the ball also helps with changing pace a lot, because it allows you to take multiple steps with one dribble to bait defenders into crossovers and hesitations. When using a hang dribble, speed up when the ball is on its way down to surprise defenders. On top of all this, you must learn how to stop on a dime extremely abruptly. Being able to stop and go adds another layer to the uncertainty in your game. To stop on dimes without injuring yourself, you need to hit the gym and get your legs strong, because when you're going at high speeds and just stop harshly, you battle the force of your your speed, weight, and court at the same time. Unpredictability is more than just dribbling, though. You need to be able to finish in as many ways as possible to startle defenders. The aim is to make the defender either belittled or baited. Learn one-foot layups to throw off shot blockers' timing. Pinoy steps as a pump fake for opponents, and also veer steps to move opponents out the way. All of these moves are used to evade taller and longer defenders. Jumping on top of defenders or even straight into them is to win the physical battle by initiating contact first and belittling them. Also, when you're driving to the rim, remember to move in a straight line. Don't let defenders body you and put you on a curved angle to the rack. As the offensive player, we have to win the physical battle on the way to the rim if you want to win. Driving on a straight line is so important because when you drive on a curved line, it gives the defender more space to make up for the separation you created. Answer this. Is it easier to score 28 points in a game or 7 points every quarter? Obviously, it seems easier to score 7 points per quarter, but if you haven't realized by now, it's literally the exact same thing. To become a great scorer, or in other words, you have to change the blueprint you use in games. Instead of looking at it as 28 points, break it down and take the steps to get to that point. All you need is 3 layups and a free throw per quarter, or 1 3 and 2 layups. It's literally that simple. Some of you guys might be thinking, but I don't get the ball enough. Well, in that case, you will have to. Say it with me now. Call for the ball. Don't be a hog, but if you got a mismatch, or your open call for the ball. And this leads to the next point. You must be confident. Everyone knows when Jimmy Butler makes the playoffs, he becomes an absolute bucket. I mean, people literally started calling him Himmy Butler because of how good he plays in the playoffs. And the thing is, Jimmy Butler is only able to elevate his play like that because of his killer mentality and mental toughness. Jimmy Butler is so confident in his ability that he literally called out the Timberwolves' whole starting lineup and beat them with bench players while screaming, "You freaking need me." This is the type of unreal confidence you need to make it to the NBA. Jimmy Butler believes that he is the best player no matter what court he steps on, and that's what allows him to play like he's the best player no matter what court he steps on. And if I'm being honest, you probably don't deserve to have the confidence like Jimmy Butler because of one thing. You don't work as hard as him. The thing that makes Jimmy Butler so mentally tough is not only his dark childhood but his dedication to the craft. He works hard during the off-season while other players are resting, and that's why he believes that he can do anything on the court. He puts in reps on reps on reps, and that's what you need to do to become confident in yourself, because at the end of the day, all your practice will make perfect. Can we both agree that Steph Curry is a great example of someone we would call him? And if I asked you what makes him so special, what would you say? Obviously, you would say nothing other than his world-class shooting, and that's why I'm going to teach you how to shoot better. Being able to shoot in today's game is so important because it stretches the floor and gives your whole team more space to handle business. It also simplifies the game for you because you can simply just shoot when defenders sit back and drive when they try to prevent the three. Steph Curry has the ability to shoot from literally anywhere because he has a one-motion jump shot. For those who don't know, this means he releases on the way to the peak of his jump instead of waiting to get to the peak of his jump to then release. He also synchronizes his body with the ball, meaning when the ball drops, his body drops, and when the ball comes up, his body comes up. Shooting like this creates a more fluid jump shot, allowing him to generate enough power to hit long-range threes so effortlessly. For you to get a more fluid one-motion shot, I suggest you do a drill where you shoot without jumping. This forces your body to learn how to shoot in one motion because there is no jump. Do about 15 reps of these. Steph also has the ability to shoot miraculously well off the dribble. He can hit step-backs, pull-ups, and even crossovers into the three. For you to get better at off-the-dribble shooting, you need to master the various footworks there are to shooting. The 3 different footwork types you need to practice for off-the-dribble shooting is the outside foot, inside foot, the inside foot, outside foot, and hopping into your jump shot. These footworks are used in different situations, so I suggest you practice them all, and they are used for catch-and-shoot shots as well. I know you don't want to hear it, but athleticism helps out a lot in basketball. Most #1 recruits that everyone wants to be like have 45-inch vertical jumps, and they're taller than Bol Bol himself. So for you to become the guy, you must work on your athleticism. One thing you can do to jump higher is copy methods and techniques from the former highest jumper in the world, Justin Darlington. Back in the early 2010s, Justin Darlington was crowned the world's best dunker, and he had an incredible vertical jump of 50.5 inches. He was so good at dunking that he even met LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Now that he's gotten older, he can no longer jump as high, so he's decided to make a vertical jump program for people to increase their vertical jump by 9 to 15 inches in under 12 weeks. If you don't believe me, look at all the receipts. I'm not sponsored by VertShock, but if you buy it from the link in the description, I will get a small percentage of the profit as an affiliate partner. So go buy VertShock right now, link in the description.